you want to initially take what you have learned from the tension position and carry this over to your form and posture even before you start to march. When starting to forward march, start from attention with the feet at 45 degrees. While in motion, both feet will be moved back in parallel with each other and return to the 45 degrees on the halt. Starting with the left foot, plant the heel first and roll through the step. As one foot rolls down, the other foot should start to be rolling up, always keeping it in a smooth, fluid motion. Once the foot is lifted off the ground, you want to ensure that the toe gets flexed back up, ready to roll through with the heel again.
Now we're going to be working on the halt for the low step forward motion. So before we begin, just a review, we're going to have our body alignment. So our upper body, our core is going to be engaged, our chest is going to be slightly up, our shoulders are going to be slightly back, our hips are also going to be slightly back. We're going to have that flat back that we like so much. Our head is going to be slightly above parallel, about 10 degrees, and we're going to rotate just on that aorta joint right here. We don't want our whole body to move, so 10 degrees. Our hands are going to be either up here or down here, depending on the situation. Right now, I'm just going to have my arms up here. So, during the motion, just a review, we're going to have our feet parallel, our knees bent at all times, and when we do the close, we're going to do 5, 6, 7. Now with the right foot, we're going to come up, point our toes, we're going to come out on that 45-degree angle, land on our toe, and we're going to roll down to the heel. Meanwhile, the left foot is going to come same bend as we had before throughout the whole motion, but this time we're going to have it come in on a 45-degree angle. We're going to come in, toe still pointed. We're going to come in, do the same thing, land on our toe, and come in and roll down on the heel on that 45. So when we end, we're going to end right on that 90-degree angle, just like before, or just like when we started the motion. And so, last thing, when we come in for the halt, we do 5, 6, 7, point, and close. That's the vocal that we always do. Now, we can either do point and close and just halt, or sometimes what we like to do is we like to do point, come in, and go right into mark time. So the vocal for that is going to be point, mark 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And that's all. Thank you.
Hi band, my name is Smitty Werben Jagerman Jensen, and I'm the section leader for the sousaphones.
And my name is Prodigy. I'm the rank captain of the sousaphones.
And today we're going to teach you the lifted feet techniques. Here's how to initiate the high step. So you're going to start your position of attention just like you always do, and similar to the mark time, lift your foot up so that your ankle bone is right by your knee, which you don't want to, that's at the same height. You don't want it next to your knee, you want it out. And then keep your toe pointed, keep it parallel to your leg as much as you can. Some of you might not be able to bend your toe back that far. I don't know how I can. And then you're going to want to make sure that you get out of that 90-degree foot posture so that you go out and you step. And then the next thing you want to make sure is that your foot does a small V as it goes out when you initiate. So what it'll look like with the count is 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, lift, 1. So you lift on 4, and so your heel is down on 1, because just like with the low step and the low mark time, your heels will hit with the beat. So lift, 1, and that's how you initiate. So now I'm going to go over with you the technique to high step and march, which comes right after the initiation. So just like with the initiation and with marking time, you want to keep the movement from your lower body separate from the movement of your upper body. And again, you do this by keeping your core engaged and by having a lighter footfall. You're going to want you're going to kind of roll it back and not stomp. Roll it gently so that whoops, everything stays nice and smooth. See the roll back. And the reason you want to keep that is so that your instrument doesn't shake while you march. Because if it does, it's going to mess with your playing. You're going to get bumps in your sound, and it's not going to look as nice. And that's got to be whether you're a sousaphone, a piccolo, flag, a color guard, trumpet, trombone, saxophone, whatever you play, it's got to be smooth and it's got to be controlled. If I can do it with a sousaphone, you can do it with anything, because I believe in you. Okay, so next thing when you're actually marching, this is different from the initiation. When you're placing your foot down, you don't want to V like with the initiation. You want to do just like a natural high step, a natural walk. You're not kicking your foot out. You're just picking it up, putting it down, and moving forward while you go. Have I missed anything?
Tuba cheat.
Tuba cheat, yes. So if you're a tuba and you find your right leg hitting the bottom of your horn, shaking your horn, the trick is to use your thumb, lift it up just slightly, so that it's exhausting, but it looks darn good, and that's what matters. All right, so here is my demonstration of the high step. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out or call me out on bad technique, because that's what we should do. We need to be bettering each other. All right, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, lift, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 7. One thing I forgot to mention in the initiation and the movement is you want to make sure that your legs are straight, parallel, like railroad tracks. You don't want to be kind of open stepping, just to kind of look like that. And it's not very good for you. It'll hurt your hips and your sockets and your joints, not your jackets or your jackets. So make sure that everything is straight. I'll march at you so that you can see I'm not like this, I'm like that. Now that you've mastered the initiation and the actual marching, we're going to teach you how to halt. Pretty straightforward. You're marching, you're going, put your right foot down, rolling it, pointing your toe out, back to the 90 degrees, so that when you end, both of your feet are in the 90 degrees, like so. And with the left foot, it's really easy to just kind of not rise it up and kind of lazily put it into place. But you want to be sharp, bring it all the way up, keep it pointed, plant it back down. And when you plant back down, you're going to want to roll it just like with the right foot, so that you don't boom, sink down into it and stomp. And I mean, that could look cool, but we're about grace and elegance here in the CMB. Everything smooth, everything nice. So keep it boom, ready to march some more, because that's what we do. We march. Smitty out.